December 7th at the Payne Arena in McAllen, Texas. It is, without question, the biggest event Combate Americas has ever put together on pay-per-view. Don't miss it. December 7th, it's going to be Tito Ortiz against Alberto El Patron. And now here to join me to talk about it is the Huntington Beach Bad Boy himself, Tito Ortiz. You know, when I first saw you fight, UFC 13? 1997?
Correct.
You look great. You're still fighting. How do you feel? How's the body been feeling?
Amazing. You know, I think it's just a factor that I've been doing the work. You know, this camp is my longest camp of my career. I've already been at it for 14 weeks. I got 5 more weeks left, and I've taken this very, very seriously. You know, Alberto called me out. Let's get this. Let's go. Let's show the people what type of fighter, what type of character I truly am, and how hard of a worker I truly am.
This fight, he called you out, you took it. Why did it seem like the right thing for you? Where did you feel that sentiment where you said, this is a fight that I need to take right now?
I think it wasn't a fight that I need to take right now. Just when someone calls me out and says they want to fight me and they think they can beat me, I think it really comes to the factor that I see a challenge. And when I see a challenge, it lights a fire under my ass, and I want to compete. I want to make sure I take advantage of my time now. You know, I just turned 44. I felt better than I did when I was 34, but it's a challenge. I want to show my kids that hard work and dedication can pay off.
A lot of people roll their eyes when they see a guy from the pro wrestling world come into this. We saw that with CM Punk, for instance. What is your thought on a pro wrestler coming into a cage that has been dominated historically by a mixed martial artist?
Well, I think the biggest is you can't really compare Alberto Del Rio against CM Punk. CM Punk had no martial art background at all. Now this is more of a comparison to a Brock Lesnar to Alberto Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio has had professional fights. He has an amateur wrestling career. So having that into mixed martial arts is a huge advantage compared to CM Punk of just being an entertainer coming into mixed martial arts. That's the difference. People gotta understand that. This is not a CM Punk coming in to fight Tito Ortiz. This is an Alberto Del Rio who is very tough. He's a big Mexican. He has a lot of heart. Of course, all of us Mexicans have huge hearts. So I expect him coming in for a battle, coming in to go to war. That's why I've taken this fight so seriously. I have put myself through hell for the last 14 weeks. It's been hell, it's been hard, but it's been fun to see my body just change completely. You know, I was 247 in August. Now I'm 225. I have an 8-pack. I'm in shape. I'm in fight shape. You'll see the best Tito Ortiz on December 7th.
December 7th on pay-per-view. You get to see his 8-pack as well if you tune in. I think there's reason enough to check that out as well. When this fight first happened, the media immediately said it's an MMA fight. It's in your world, and you are going to not just win, but obliterate Alberto. Maybe the narrative has changed a bit. Did you hear that message from the MMA public, and how was it received if you did hear it?
Now these guys are critics who don't do mixed martial arts. These are the critics that sit on their couch and sit behind their computers and punch in and just sit there and talk, and either it's hate spew or it's the positive spew. Either way it goes, those are the guys who don't get in the gym and train. Alberto's been training since the beginning of the year. I know that for a fact. He just started training with Ryan Bader, CB Dalloway, Ryan Bader, a 2-time world champion right now, a heavyweight champion and light heavyweight champion, who I've competed against before also. He has this really good camp, good guy, of really good guys, and I don't know, like I say, I don't look past Alberto Del Rio. I'm making sure I do my work. I'm taking him as serious as I would as a championship fight. I take him as serious as I would as every one of my opponents, and I've always done that. I don't want to ever take somebody lightly, because when I take somebody lightly, I make the mistake, and I will not make a mistake in this fight.
Combate Americas and their banner, they fight for the Mexican public, the Mexican-American public, Latin American as well. Some lines get blurred here. You are very proud Mexican-American. You would come out with the Mexican and American flags. Tell me about your background and how your Mexican heritage has shaped you.
Well, I think I want to make the description the right way. I'm American-Mexican. I was born here in the United States. I was born here in California. So I have Mexican descent. So I'm an American with Mexican descent. And Alberto Del Rio, he is Mexican-American. I'm an American. And I'm just showing what hard-working American can achieve by what he does best. And what I do best right now is business and fight. I've been doing it for 22 years, and I am intrigued of the factor that Alberto Del Rio thinks he can beat me. I'm intrigued that Combate Americas give me the opportunity to fight against a man like Alberto Del Rio, who comes from Mexico, who wants to come here and spread different propaganda of no walls, no borders. Everybody should come to this country free. Too many people sacrifice their lives, sacrifice their times to fight for our country. We live by a land of laws, and I think we need to abide by those laws.
It's going to be in McAllen, Texas. Is in the United States, very close to the border. When you hear about where this fight's going to be taking place, what reactions come? How do you view this singular event because of its location?
I think this singular event itself comes down to battle of the border. You know, who are we standing for? You know, I'm standing for the Americans here. I'm standing for the American Mexicans here, the Mexicans who became citizens that did it the right way here. But at the same time, I'm willing to put one of my light heavyweight championship belts on the line, a belt that I worked my butt off to become champion. And I put it to Alberto that, you know, you're the WWE champion. And people say, yes, it's staged or so forth, but people gotta work hard. They gotta sell their brand. They gotta make sure that they are a big name to become champion. They gotta put in the hard work to become champion. And Alberto Del Rio did that. So let's put it on the line. Winner takes all. You get to take the championship belt if you beat me. Ain't gonna happen, but I'm gonna take that world championship belt away from you. And I'm not gonna keep it. It's not for me, it's for my two boys. My two boys are huge WWE fans, as I am myself, but I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna hand it to my boys, because my boys are gonna walk out with me for this fight.
And I've heard you say this in the past. Remember Alberto when he was wrestling? What was your reaction when you saw him as a pro wrestler for WWE?
I was actually an Alberto Del Rio fan, to tell you the truth. Seeing a Mexican become a heavyweight world champion was just a sign of just showing the pride that he brings to his country. And for younger kids who are in Mexico who want to become United States citizens and do it the right way, it's very important to show that hard work and dedication does pay off. To live this American dream, you got to work for it. You got to do it the right way, do it legally, and that's what's important. Either it's work, respecting another person, no stealing, no lying, no cheating, do it respectful. Be a human being on this earth to give back to society the right way.
What should Latinos know about Trump that you know that has made you such an avid supporter of him?
With Donald Trump, he's a man who loves America, supports the freedom of America, he wants the safety of America, and there has never been a president at his level that's cared about America as much as him. And to make it safe for our children, I have 3 boys, I want to make sure their futures are super safe, and everybody who comes to this country legally, that they're safe also. One thing about Donald Trump is he can't be bought. He's not going to be bought out by a different country. And that's what other presidents were doing. They were selling our country to this highest bidder. Donald Trump is a billionaire. How are you going to buy out a billionaire? What he cares about is this country, and that's what people need to understand.
Now, whether I agree or disagree with you, I see a man who has done his homework and is very deliberate with his beliefs. Is this something that within the fight you would be able to share?
Hopefully I'm able to share this, but I've been to McAllen before. I mean, I went back to McAllen back in 1998.
They view you as a champion who has, last name Ortiz, a Latino who has come through and made in this country.
I'm living the American dream. I'm living what everybody's dream wants to be. And I'm finally thankful that we have somebody who's going to speak up for us people, us Americans, and that's what's important.
I appreciate you sharing that. I'm going to get back to the fight here, and I'm going to see if I can hit this in chronological order. You're the same age as Alberto Del Rio, right? It's about similar.
I'm 4 years
older.
I'm sorry,
4 years older. I'm sorry,
4 years older.
Sorry, this old timer here.
He's a younger guy.
But what has been able to help you continue this combat career so successfully leading up to this fight, even on December the 7th?
I think it's everything at home. A successful person has a positive person in their life to put them on a pedestal, to help them get through hard times, to help them battle through things that most people would just quit. Most people would just quit in life. Most people would just quit in general. And I think I just show my character by how hard of a worker I am and the respect and value that I have for Amber and what she's done for my family. She saved me. She saved my family, she saved my kids because she is present, she is unselfish. She is a person who I respect and love, and that makes me hungry. That makes me want to get in the gym every day to support my family. Because at the end of the day, this is about money. to make sure I could pay my bills for my house, for my home. I have a home on the water. My mom's home, she lives right down the street from me. My Rolls-Royce Phantom, my Porsche, my boat, the food in my refrigerator, the clothes on my kids' back, the clothes I wear. I like to live a very gratifying life where I look back and I look in the mirror and I go, a kid who came from the streets, who came from gangs, who came from parents who were drug addicted. My mother got sober at the age when I was 13 and she changed my life completely, gave me an opportunity, and I can look back on it and say I'm very thankful to be where I am today. And it's through the hard work and dedication. And this is a job. I do my job as best as I possibly can do. And yes, I make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time, but I'm learning from those mistakes and I will never make a mistake twice.
Do you foresee yourself fighting beyond this fight on December the 7th in McAllen, Texas?
I'm very happy right now, but I see myself fighting again. Yes, 100%. I'm healthy, my mind's right, my body's right, my reaction timing is like on fire. I mean, I'm wrestling with kids in college right now who are 18, 19, 20 years old, who are ranked in the state, and we're battling. And I'm the older guy in the room battling. And I remember being that younger kid in the wrestling room battling against the older guys, and I'm still hanging with these guys, which is great, and I'm pushing past them. I have no more back problems, no more neck problems, and I'm like an animal, man. I'm like the Wolverine. I just keep regenerating. Something that really helped the build up to this fight was UFC and ESPN released a 30 for 30. You saw that. What reaction did you have? The reaction I had was, this is another Bad Blood all over again. Bad Blood, Chuck Liddell, Tito. It was Dana and Chuck Liddell in UFC against Tito Ortiz. I think because I know the truth behind a lot of things, that I can see the lies over and over again. People gotta understand, Chuck Liddell wanted to fight me. He went on social media, Dana—
The third fight.
The third fight. Yeah. Dana backed it, UFC backed it. They said, oh, Tito and Chuck are gonna fight. And Chuck said, I'm gonna knock Tito out again if he even takes the fight. How do I don't take a fight when someone says that to me? I came in, I stopped him in the first round. After the fight was over, I still felt hungry. I had to make a call to Randy Couture, who's a close friend of mine. And I said, Randy, when you were 43, what made you come back and win the heavyweight world title? It was Tito. I didn't feel like I was done. I felt like I had a lot more to prove. And my body's intact, everything's firing, I feel great. And I was like, thank you, Randy, that's all I need to hear. Hung the phone up with him. I had sat my boys down. I said, Dad's gonna come back and we're gonna continue to fight. Like, Dad, we believe in you. We know you can do it. My girlfriend Amber, she's like, babe, I know you can do it.
You closed the rivalry with Chuck Liddell, and now a new one opens with Alberto Del Rio. I've spoken to Alberto. He says he's going to win this fight. He says that this means more than anything. This is personal to him. He's mentioned how much he's had these conversations with his family. So how do you respond to that?
I don't mean to throw a monkey wrench in his whole game. Shit ain't happening. No way. They're gonna have to drag me out in a stretcher before that happens. He's watched my fights before. I have smashed people in my fights. This fight is not gonna be any different. I'm vicious. I'm a genuine, nice, polite man outside of the cage. When the cage is locked, he's trying to take my legacy, he's trying to take my name, he's trying to take my family, he's trying to take food off the table of my family. Let him talk all he wants, it's fine. Let him promise everything he wants. Not gonna happen. This shit ain't going to pass around. I'm on a different level. I'm on a totally different level right now, mentally, physically, emotionally. I feel sorry for him right now, but I won't feel sorry for him when I step in the cage. In La Jaula, I'm gonna do my job that I've been doing for 22 years, and that's punishment. I know what I need to do in the fight. I know what I need to do for training. I know what I need to do to get my hand ready. And on December 7th, I promise you, and it's gonna be the best Tito Ortiz is gonna step in the cage, and gonna fight against this man.
How do you see this fight going? You hit that bell, where does it go?
Hit that bell, you guys are turning it right to National Geographic, and you're watching a lion eat for the first time he's ever ate. That's what you're gonna see. It's gonna be an onslaught. He's never felt pressure the way I'm gonna put pressure on him, the intensity, he's never felt anything like that. He thinks his training partners are tough? No, people gotta understand. I fought Ryan Bader before. I stopped him 2.5 minutes. One punch, and then choked him unconscious. If I'm gonna be nice, I'll look for a choke or a submission. If I'm gonna be vicious the way I am, I'm gonna smash and smash and smash and smash and smash and smash. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for war. I'm ready to die for my cause. I'm ready to go out and prepare and put a show on for every one of my fans. I've been doing this for 22 years. Nothing is gonna change at all. I'm just gonna get my hand raised. I'm gonna do it in a devastating, vicious fashion, as I've always done.
Imagine that camera is Alberto. Could you give a quick message to him ahead of this fight?
Alberto, I know you think you're training hard. I know you think you're doing the right work. You've never fought anybody like me before. I hope you're ready. Because on December 7th, live on pay-per-view, there's gonna be millions watching, and I'm gonna smash you.
December the 7th, McAllen, Texas, the biggest card in Combate America's history, Tito versus Alberto. I think you've heard everything you need to hear. Don't miss it.
Tito versus Alberto, available on pay-per-view.